Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. 100 days out from WTA Finals, Aryna Sabalenka is in, and the race is getting crowded. Washington, D.C. While it feels like things are just beginning to heat up on the Hologic WTA Tour, the reality is that we're in the home stretch. As of Thursday, there are exactly 100 days left before the PFWTA Finals return to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Yes, at the century mark, the clock is ticking. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka is already in, but the race to Riyadh, 8 singles players and 8 doubles teams will be invited, is well congested. Iga Swiatek and Coco Gauff, winners of the past 2 Grand Slam singles titles, are closing in, while the likes of Amanda Anisimova, Alina Svitolina, and Belinda Bencic jostle for position in a tightening chase with little room for error. The rest of the field, still sorting itself out, with tight margins, a volatile cutoff line, and one Grand Slam rule that could shake up the final 8. The WTA Finals qualification format includes the top 7 players on the race to the WTA Finals leaderboard, plus the highest-ranked Grand Slam champion, ranked between number 8 and number 20. If no Slam champ fits that criteria, the 8th spot defaults to the next player on the leaderboard. The deets you need to know. Sabalenka leads the field with 7,395 points and has already locked her place in Riyadh. Swiatek, this year's Wimbledon champion, sits at number 2 with 5,983 and, barring a major slide, would qualify for the 5th straight year. Swiatek and Sabalenka remain the frontrunners in the year-end number 1 race, though Sabalenka remains a healthy 1,412 points ahead. Gauff on track to defend. Coco Gauff is 3rd with 4,609 points and on track to return to the finals after winning the title last year in Riyadh. A 2nd straight appearance would position her to become the first back-to-back WTA Finals winner since Serena Williams, 2012 to 2014. Gauff had her slam breakthrough in New York the year before, but it was Riyadh where she showed she could finish a season on top. Middle tier, for players separated by 805 points. Madison Keys, number 4, 4,105 points. In her 46th major, she finally broke through with a surprise Australian Open title. Mira Andreeva, number 5, 4,024 points, became the youngest ever to win a WTA 1000 event in Dubai, then backed it up with a win at Indian Wells. Amanda Anisimova, number 6, 3,453 points, a winner at the WTA 1000 in Doha. Anisimova reached her first Grand Slam final recently at Wimbledon. Jessica Pegula, number 7, 3,300 points, owner of 3 titles this year, Austin, Charleston, and Bad Homburg, on 3 different surfaces. One deep run at a WTA 1000 or the U.S. Open could fundamentally alter that order. And with Keys winning a slam, she has the Grand Slam safety net into the final 8 if she finishes top 20. Cutoff pressure, Paolini in front, for now. Jasmine Paolini, number 8, 2,736 points. Earlier this spring, she became the first Italian to win in Rome in 4 decades. Elena Rybakina, number 9, 2,536 points. A winner in Strasbourg, looking to regain the form that dominated Wimbledon 3 years ago. Alina Svitolina, number 10, 2,371 points. Super consistent, she's won 32 matches already this year, including the title in Rouen and the quarterfinals at Roland Garros. Ekaterina Alexandrova, number 11, 2,241 points. Yorlin's 500 champion is looking for her first year-end qualification. Emma Navarro, number 12, 2,176 points. The champion in Merida is trying to back up her first year-end top 10 ranking and WTA Most Improved Player award. Belinda Bencic, number 13, 2,084 points, won the title in Abu Dhabi, marking a dramatic comeback after giving birth. That's just a 652-point spread from number 8 to number 13, and plenty of runway left with 4 WTA 1000s and the U.S. Open still to come. Can Svitolina pull off a full-circle return? The 2018 WTA Finals champion hasn't qualified since her win. If she makes it back, it would be her first appearance in 7 years, the longest gap between finals appearances since Serena Williams, 2001 to 2009. After winning the final in Rouen, Svitolina improved her record in finals to a remarkable 18-4. Kim Clijsters also returned to win after a 7-year gap between titles, 2003 to 2010. Andreeva pushing toward elite company. At just 18, Mira Andreeva has already cracked the top 5 in the race. She's tracking to become one of the youngest players this century to qualify for the WTA Finals, joining names like Gauff, Wozniacki, and Sharapova. After winning the title in Indian Wells, Andreeva reprised a line from Doha, and Snoop Dogg's Hollywood Walk of Fame acceptance speech saying, "I would again like to thank myself for fighting until the end, and for always believing in me, and for never quitting." A comeback worth remembering, and a comeback that may not happen. Last year's WTA Finals ended with Gauff rallying past Zheng Qinwen 3-6, 6-4, 7-6, 2, in a tense 3-hour final in Riyadh. Gauff came from a set down, trailed 2-0 and 5-3 in the third, and was 2 points from defeat before winning the match in a tiebreak. It was a breakthrough moment. Gauff, 20 at the time, became the youngest champion since Maria Sharapova in 2004, the first American to win the event since Serena Williams in 2014, and earned a record $4.8 million in prize money. Along the way, she also beat the top 2 players in the world, Sabalenka and Swiatek. As for Zheng, last year's runner-up is facing a difficult 2025. After undergoing elbow surgery, she has withdrawn from all upcoming events, including the U.S. Open, and sits at number 16 in the race. Her return timeline is uncertain, and with limited points left on the table when she does come back, another finals appearance this year would require a near miracle. Monte Carlo, July 24, 2025. Exactly 100 days remain before the curtain rises on the 2025 WTA Finals, the season-ending showdown where only the 8 most elite women in tennis clash for glory, legacy, and a significant prize purse. And while the calendar ticks down, Aryna Sabalenka, the Belarusian powerhouse and world number 2, has already done what others are scrambling to do. She's in. With her dominant performances throughout the year, including her successful title defenses in Madrid and the Australian Open triumph, Sabalenka has secured her spot early for the 3rd consecutive year. But what makes this year's race fascinating isn't just who's in, it's who's knocking on the door, who's threatening to barge in, and who might get left behind as the WTA circuit surges into the North American hardcourt swing. Here's a creative breakdown of the storylines heating up as we count down to the WTA Finals. Chapter 1: Aryna, the Iron Queen. Aryna Sabalenka has become a symbol of consistency and raw power on the women's tour. No longer the erratic flamethrower she once was, Aryna's 2025 season has been defined by control, both of her game and her emotions. After lifting the Daphne Akers Trophy in Melbourne, she roared through the clay and grass seasons with deep runs in every major event. Her WTA ranking may have slipped a notch behind Iga Swiatek in June, but make no mistake, Sabalenka is the most feared name heading into the finals. Her qualification was inevitable, but symbolic. It sent a message. She is the benchmark. In a field still battling for certainty, Sabalenka stands as the rock-solid number 1 in the race to Riyadh. Chapter 2: The Crowned and the Climbing. Just behind Sabalenka, the list of contenders reads like a who's who of women's tennis, and a few newcomers ready to disrupt the order. Iga Swiatek, world number 1 and reigning French Open champion, is all but qualified. With a dominant clay season and impressive showings even on her weakest surface, grass, Iga remains Sabalenka's greatest threat. The two are destined for a final showdown. Coco Gauff, the reigning U.S. Open champion, sits comfortably in the top 4 of the race and is eyeing a return to the WTA Finals after last year's strong showing. Her game has matured, her serve is more reliable, and the American fan base is already anticipating a home soil triumph if she qualifies. Elena Rybakina, the icy Kazakh with a Grand Slam title under her belt, remains a dangerous dark horse. She has yet to recapture her early 2024 form, but her big serve and calm demeanor make her a nightmare in indoor conditions like those in Riyadh. Jessica Pegula, steady and strategic, continues her remarkable consistency. Though lacking a signature win this year, she's racked up enough quarterfinals and semis to remain in the race's top 8. But the real drama is in the fringe. Chapter 3. Teen Storm and Veteran Fire. 100 days out. The race is where fantasy meets fight. There are young flames burning hot, and old lions refusing to go quietly. Mira Andreeva, only 18, is flirting with history. If she breaks into the top 8, she'll be one of the youngest ever to make the WTA Finals. With her recent semifinal run at Wimbledon in fearless play, she's already earned her place in the hearts of fans. Daria Kasatkina, the gritty Russian baseliner, has clawed her way back into contention after an uneven 2024. She doesn't have Sabalenka's weapons or Goff's mobility, but her court craft has been elite this season, especially on slower hard courts. Naomi Osaka, making a Cinderella-like return after maternity leave, has climbed with astonishing speed. A title in Tokyo and back-to-back wins over top 10 players in Miami pushed her into the top 20 in the race. Can she surge into the top 8 in time? Ons Jabeur, the Tunisian magician, has been erratic in 2025. Her drop shots and tactical brilliance can dazzle, but she needs a strong showing in the U.S. to secure qualification. Maria Sakkari, ever the battler, is hovering just outside the bubble. Consistency may be her Achilles heel, but fire is in her eyes. Chapter 4. The North American Crucible. Cincinnati, Montreal, the U.S. Open. These 3 events will determine fate. As the WTA Tour transitions into hardcore territory, the air is thick with potential. Players like Beatriz Haddad-Maia, Ludmila Samsonova, and Linda Noskova are still in striking distance. A single title, or even a final, could propel them into the top tier. But the real key lies in New York. The U.S. Open will act as a nuclear launchpad. Last year, Goff used Flushing Meadows as her catapult. This year, someone like Andreeva, Osaka, or Jabeur could do the same. Expect wildcard runs. Expect heartbreak. Expect massive swings in momentum and ranking points. Chapter 5. The Drama of 8. The WTA Finals is not just a tournament, it's an exclusive club. The race to join that club creates chaos, camaraderie, and controversy. What if Sabalenka and Swiatek split titles in August and arrive in Riyadh on a collision course? Could Goff carry American hopes and media weight into her first finals title run? Will the WTA Finals be missing a Grand Slam champion like Osaka, Rybakina, or Jabeur because of an ill-timed injury or upset loss? And perhaps the biggest question of all, who will rise when the lights are brightest? Chapter 6. A Riyadh Revolution. This year's WTA Finals will once again take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, marking the second edition of the event in the Middle East. While the venue remains controversial for some, the stage is undeniably grand. The facilities are pristine, the prize money enormous, and the global spotlight intense. For players, the finals are more than a finale, they're a statement. A win in Riyadh means more than money. It's symbolic of dominance, resilience, and the ability to outlast a grueling 11-month campaign. Sabalenka has never won the WTA Finals. Swiatek has tasted it but not conquered. Goff, Rybakina, Pegula, none have lifted that particular trophy. Could 2025 be someone's coronation? Chapter 7. The Wildcards and What-Ifs. The WTA is known for its unpredictability, and 100 days leaves plenty of room for chaos. What if Venus Williams shocks the world in D.C. and makes one last run for a top 20 finish? What if Bianca Andreescu, finally healthy, crashes the party? What if an unseeded player wins the U.S. Open, like Emma Raducanu once did, and skyrockets into Riyadh contention? The possibilities, like a perfect cross-court winner, seem endless. Epilogue. The countdown begins. With 100 days remaining, the race to the WTA Finals is more than numbers and rankings. It's about narrative. Aryna Sabalenka may have secured her spot, but the story is only just beginning. In a sport where a single forehand can rewrite history, every match from here on is a step toward immortality. Whether it's IGA's clay court dominance, Goff's home country fire, or Mira Andreeva's teenage dreams. The field is wide open. 100 days. One destination. 8 warriors. Endless drama. Let the sprint to Riyadh begin.